You are listening to a pleasure podcast. For more from our sex podcast collective, visit pleasurepodcasts.com.
Never have I ever had sex in a plane, train, or automobile.
Any of them?
Okay, well, actually, I have had like fingering sessions and stuff in an automobile, but I never like penetration in an automobile.
All right. Well, I have.
Yeah, a lot of
In a Datsun, I think. That's how long ago it was.
This is the time that you puked out the fucking car?
Yes. How do you know these
You
things?
told on the
How
podcast.
the hell do you remember these things?
It's scarred into my mind.
Oh, I don't blame you. Jesus.
Welcome to Sex Talk with my mom. I'm Cam Potter.
And I'm Karen Lee Potter.
That's my mother.
And that's my son.
We chat about sex on a weekly basis and all the things you typically don't talk about with a parent.
We like to make the most uncomfortable conversations comfortable.
So strap in,
Strap on.
and enjoy the ride. This week on the podcast, we are coming at you with a guest, a special sneaky guest.
A sneaky hot guess.
Her name, Silvia Saige.
Silvia Saige is a porn star / OnlyFans star.
She might sound familiar to you, not just because of her huge OnlyFans account, but also because she's been on our podcast before in 2018.
Wow.
If you want to go back and if you enjoyed this episode, go back and listen to episode 159. We talked all about anal. And we actually get into that a bit in this episode.
Yeah, we talk about her sex tips. We talk about what it's like in the porn and OnlyFans industry.
We talk about the creepiest requests she gets on OnlyFans.
Which sounds like the same request that I got.
Yeah, you guys are living in the similar worlds.
We're living in civil wars, but she's making a lot more money than me.
Yeah, that's true.
But she is now an official cougar.
We also play a little game at the end and find out that I'm not as vanilla as everyone thinks I am.
Never have I ever.
Yep. So thank you very much for tuning in. And here we are with Silvia Saige. Well, Silvia, welcome back to the show. We are delighted to have you here.
Right.
Oh my gosh, I'm back. Thank you.
Yeah.
You're back.
How many years has it been? It's been a while.
Many years. And we went on your show.
Yeah, that was fun too.
It was a really fun time. Yeah. And what is the name of your podcast if people want to go back and hear it?
It is called Sexy, Funny, Raw.
Sexy, Funny, Raw. It is all three of those things. So,
very much so.
But I think since the last time we talked, OnlyFans became a big thing, and I imagine that affected your career and work, has it not?
Yeah, it's been amazing for me, quite honestly. And I was incredibly blessed to be able to do a documentary for Hulu. It was called Selling Sexy, and it was specifically about OnlyFans and the uptick of the online presence of it and how everybody was getting on. And I was one of the 5 people highlighted.
And I saw it.
Oh, you did?
Uh-huh. I thought it was excellent.
Oh, thank you. It was just so amazing for my career because it put me in front of people who would have never even thought of searching me, had no idea who I was. So it just gave me a whole new audience. And it was so financially very rewarding, I will say.
That's awesome.
It's so awesome. And so, usually we have a segment on our show called Lube It Up, presented by Uber Lube, our favorite lubricant, where we get to answer listener questions, whether that be about our lives, their lives, and this time it's about your life. So welcome to Lube It Up, presented by Uber Lube.
Our favorite lube.
So we have a bunch of questions from both us and our listeners, and we'd love to hear, to start, if you can take us behind the scenes of what it's like to be an OnlyFans star. What do you do?
Oh my God, there's so much involved with it. So people don't understand how much of a full-time job it is, because not only are you online chatting with these people, but you're constantly creating content. I know myself and a lot of other people, we are on schedules of how much content has to be produced every week to keep things new and keep things fresh. And you have free pages and VIP pages, and you're creating content separately for each of them. And then there's OnlyFans TV. It's a gauntlet of things going on. So I shoot, I would say 3 to 5 days a week, but for myself. So that's the nice part about it. And I'm shooting, talent that I've known for years, and usually shooting in my home or in a studio we're all very comfortable with. But it's very freeing. I will say that.
Is it mainly you solo, or is this, first of all, Is it still considered porn? Is this what we're talking about?
So I wouldn't say that OnlyFans in general is considered porn, because there are definitely content creators on there that are not doing anything porn related, but it definitely is a platform for porn people to create their own porn. That is 100% certain. Yes.
Right. And you don't have like a director telling you what to do, or co-stars needing to ejaculate at certain times.
Well,
Yeah, no, all whatever your own little brain wants to create, which is nice. There's no directors, no scripts, unless of course you write the script and you hire a director, which I do hire camera crews a lot of times to
whoa.
help me.
What do you usually choose to shoot?
So my site has a gauntlet of everything. I do a lot of solo stuff, a lot of customized items. That's huge on OnlyFans because
Give us an idea of what that means, customized, because
yeah,
you mentioned that.
yeah. So fans basically, I would say, for more or less kind of write a script of their own, what they want you to be doing or saying or wearing. And so you'll customize it exactly to them. Sometimes they'll buy you an outfit to wear. They want you to
Oh,
say
wow.
name, certain things like that. Sometimes they'll ask you to even write their name like on your body. So it's very, very custom to exactly what they want to see, and is a video that you make exclusively just for that person. And
Does anybody like gross you out so much that you have to say no?
all the time, I am particular with what I agree to do. And the more obscene the request is, obviously, the more money I'm going to charge. And that
Right.
really throws away the people who, are just trying to see how crazy they can get it, because I'm like, oh, sure, you want me to hop on one leg wearing, an eye patch? Sure, I will do that, but it will be for $1,000 a minute. And then they're like,
Oh, wow. So this is lucrative.
yeah, oh, it's incredibly lucrative. Yeah.
So people have asked me over the years for different requests. Like one of them was, filming me in stiletto heels, which I can't even wear anymore. For like while he obviously jacked off or whatever he was doing. I just said no to this, but how much would that go for?
I mean, that's just it with OnlyFans, is you set your own rates. You can say how much you want anything to be. Most of my custom videos are anywhere from, $200 to $300 a minute, just depending on what
A minute.
A minute.
Woo!
What a boss.
Yeah,
How
so
long are
let's-
these videos?
Yeah, really.
This is crazy.
Yes, most of the videos are between 3 to 5 minutes long, but some people go as far to buy 10 to 20-minute videos. So,
Oh my God. And how long does it take you to film these videos? Does it take about 10 to 20 minutes to make a 10 to 20 minute video? Or is it like a lot of editing and production going into
editing
it?
and setup and all that kind of stuff. And most of them I do, smaller videos like that, are just a straight through scene, just hit play and hit end, and that's what they get in that time frame. But if it's a longer video, I'm changing angles and I'm doing different things, and then I'm cutting it all together. So it just depends on the length of the video and what they're looking for, honestly.
Okay, what can someone expect to make on OnlyFans in a month?
However much they want to make. It's how much effort you put in. It's really anything else in life. I always tell people it's consistency. It's how hard you're going to work at it. It's how often you're going to be creating new content, how often you're going to be collabing with other people. But I mean, in the beginning, when I first started OnlyFans, before I had any kind of, national recognition through it, I was making, around $3,000 to $5,000 a month, which was a nice side hustle. And I think that's where a lot of people kind of get comfortable. I'd say if you're doing pretty well on it, you're making $10,000 to $20,000 a month. And then you have the people who are making, 6 figures a month, or even the girls who are making $500,000 a month.
Wow.
And those women very much exist. I'm not one of them, but I'm very blessed to be making a very nice living at it. I will.
Amazing.
Yeah.
So I would like to hear like the grossest, this most
Well,
disgusting.
we did. It was that one of our listeners, Lisa, asked, "What is the creepiest request you've
Yeah.
gotten on OnlyFans?"
Because I had a really creepy one happen to me.
I
Well,
want
you
to
were not even on OnlyFans.
yeah.
What?
I want to hear your creepy one.
My creepy one, and I bet you've come across this guy.
Yeah.
He wanted me to go to a hotel of my choice, shit.
Oh,
He shit in the toilet.
She's nodding.
And pee in the toilet. So it was like he wanted to. I had, what was it called? Scant caviar and champagne nectar. You knew what it was, Cam?
Of course, I remember this whole situation. We documented it.
And I said it would be more after Thanksgiving. But he wanted me to, leave it in the toilet. He was going to go and eat it and drink it. And I think he was going to pay me like $2,000 or $3,000. And I said, negative.
And I said, I'm happy to sub in if that's the case.
Cam said he'd do it for $50.
I would shit in a toilet for $50.
It's funny. I have run into that same gentleman. So yes, I know that it's the exact same person, but I have run into that exact scenario of, will you come to this hotel, poop for me so I can eat it? But they wanted me to stick around and watch them eat it also.
Yeah.
Because
wait a second. I want to know if you got more money than me.
I did. They offered 10,000.
10,000 there. I found a cheap one.
But
2,000?
But I also had a friend offer to sub in. They were like, "Oh, I'll sub in. I'll go poop for them." And I was like, "No, but they want me to stay and watch." So maybe the offer was more because they wanted me to stick around and watch the festivities. And I said, there isn't. First off, I can't even go number 2 in a public restroom. What makes you think I can do it in front of a human?
That was the concern.
Yeah, I did think about that aspect, and I thought about how much. I mean, that's why I said jokingly after Thanksgiving it would be more money because.
Yeah, what if you're constipated? You could be there for days waiting to shit. And he's sitting there, everyone's sitting waiting for you to shit.
Everybody's
The
waiting.
pressure is on.
The pressure is on.
The fear, just the fear of, I don't know. I just couldn't even do it in a public restroom. So I can't imagine someone watching it all unfold just now.
And also, I didn't think, what if this guy is a mad serial killer or something, Who knows what he was up to?
Who knows?
Oh my. Anyway, that was the weirdest one for me. I don't know about for you.
I definitely say it was my weirdest one as well. Yeah. People do get very creative though. I will say that.
Erica wanted to know what was the most common request you get.
Oh my gosh, foot stuff. It's so, every time I think I've made too much foot content and there's no way anyone is interested in seeing my feet again, then 10 more people pop up and they're like, "Oh, did you just put your toe on camera? Can I see your toe?"
What's going on there? What do you think it is about the feet?
I have looked into it. I know the research behind it. So
I have my theories too. I wonder if they're the same.
Well,
what's your theory?
The brain actually, the sensory wiring between when you feel good sensations and your toes, what you would feel with your toes, sometimes those sensories get mixed in your brain. And so the foot feeling mixes with the pleasure feeling. And so it's like a sensory overload to your feet and a pleasure sensory. You can look it up, I swear. It's literally how your brain is wired. But then
it makes sense.
But I've also heard this from a lot of Indian culture, is that because women are forced to be covered up in a lot of societies, the feet and the ankles are the only skin that they're seeing.
Oh.
They're sexualizing the only skin that they get to see. So there's
holy smokes.
Behind it.
And then, third possibility from what I heard is that shy guys, when they're with women, look down at their feet. They're afraid to look into their eyes, and so the feet become sexualized.
Yeah, I can see that.
Do you happen to have sexy feet?
What are sexy feet anyway? Mine look like Fred Flintstone feet, and they still get requests.
Mine are horrible. They're overlapping toes. I think people would be scared away if I fucking shot my feet.
Constant pedicures, so my feet are always nice, and I have stair-step toes. I think that's important. To have toes be in rows and not go. I think that's important.
So I'm obviously getting a lot of cheapos that are giving me $100. That's bullshit, right?
You gotta learn from the pro over here.
How do you feel though about some of these requests that are kind of demeaning? Do you feel like does it get to you, or do you kind of are able to compartmentalize, the feelings?
Yeah, if they come to me with anything demeaning, I am very good at, like I said, just putting people back into their place. of, like, I will absolutely not do that. And if they get to a point where they're very disrespectful, I will kick them off of my page. So granted, it is a subscription-based website. So obviously I want my subscribers, I want them all there getting their monthly billings. But if they're being rude to me, I don't need your $15 a month, So
Right.
I'm
Fuck that.
boot them out and just not even accept it. I'm very good with that block button on all my social media as well. So,
Oh,
So I think that wraps up our
oh, that's it.
Lube It Up segment
Yeah.
presented by Uberlube. A big thank you to Uberlube for sponsoring that.
Because
little
we know
segment.
that wetter is better.
And to lubricate the, what is it? Communication is lubrication? What do you
Yeah,
always-
that's my term.
Yeah, that's it.
If you were a porn star, what would be one of the most important things you took with you on a shoot?
Uberlube to save the day.
Oh yeah, Uber Lube is our favorite lube.
Uberlube, if no matter what type of porn you're making, if you're making anal porn, vaginal, penetrative porn, oral porn, use Uberlube. It's good for all of these situations.
But even if you're not making porn and you're just one chick or that needs a little extra moisture, go and get yourself some Uber Lube because it's our favorite lube.
It puts you in the mood. It uses body-friendly ingredients, just high-grade silicone, a little vitamin E. That vitamin E leaves a velvety finish on the skin. You don't need to immediately remove it.
Doctors recommend it, and I know that a lot of women, once they reach a certain age, need a little extra help down there. Uber Lube is the lube for you because it doesn't smell, it doesn't taste funky, and it really glides on very smoothly.
If you want 10% off and free shipping of our favorite lube, Uberlube, go to uberlube.com, enter promo code SNEAKY,
Sneaky.
SNEAKY. You'll get 10% off and free shipping. So we wanted to get into another segment called Sex Tips from a Star.
I have so many.
You are the star.
She's smiling.
Do you have a number one sex tip that you've learned from your experience having sex?
Well, you guys just kind of nailed it right there. It's communication. It's so important. People don't think about it. I mean, I guess some people do, but you don't really, when you're thinking like, oh, like how can you have the best sex? What's the thing to do? They think it's going to be some tongue move or some finger move or flipping your partner upside down. No, it's talking to them, communicating, finding out what is good for them, what things they're willing to try with you, what things they're not willing to try with you, and like really get to know each other sexually and mentally and emotionally, because that's when sex becomes the most intense and the most mind-blowing.
I love it.
Is there a specific question that you ask everyone that you're about to have sex with? Like, hey, are you into this or not? Or
I go through a
can you do this for me?
So anytime you're with a partner in like on set for a porn movie, like even when, tonight I still have 2 movies to film tonight.
Oh my God.
When I'll be filming with my partner, the questions we will both ask is, what are your yeses and what are your nos? So a lot of it is, do you like degrading conversation? Do you want me to say, you filthy whore, you dirty slut, things like that? If okay with what verbal language turns them on and turns them off, whether or not they want their hair pulled, whether they want spit in their face, whether they want you to spit on their penis or on their vagina, whether you want fingers inside. I have long nails, so a lot of women want you to finger them with long nails, or, can I lick your asshole? All of these things. Can I put your feet in my mouth? Can I touch your feet? We go through a whole list of things that like you do like or you don't like. And that way, right before you start the scene, everybody kind of knows what is off limits, what's going to make people uncomfortable or going to make people wildly comfortable. I always tell people too, heavy on the kissing, I love to kiss. So
Now, what is this? Okay, that's when you're on a set, but what about in real life? Do you have any go-to tips just in general?
Yeah, pretty much the same thing. If I'm on a date and I know that things are about to go in that direction, I will 100% ask those questions. Like, say I'm going down to give a blowjob, I'm going to ask, at what speed you want? Do you want your balls licked? Can I stick a finger in your asshole while I'm down here? Do you want me to stick around more on the head, or do you prefer if I'm gagging on your dick and heavy spitting, all of those types of things when I'm about to perform any activity sexually.
So you have 2 shoots coming up tonight.
Yeah.
What are you feeling right now? What are you feeling emotionally?
Oh gosh, I almost just said I'm ready to have it over with, but that's only because it's the last of my filming. I leave town for 2 weeks, so I've been filming 3 weeks worth of content in this week. So this is the last of it for me. So I'm like, okay, I'm just so ready to be done and pour a glass of wine. But the other part of me
Holy moly.
is excited because it's a male performer I haven't worked with in years. And we're really good friends. So it's exciting.
Who?
But yeah.
Wait, what?
Oh, I thought you said stop. Sorry.
No, I said who?
Oh, Van
It
Wild.
sounded like. Say it again. I talked over you.
His name is Van Wild.
Oh, I love it.
He's been in the industry almost as long as I have, but we haven't worked together in years, so it'll be fun. But yeah.
Wow. I imagine, like, if I were about to have sex, and you say it's 2 shoots, so it's the same person, but you're just like kind of batching the videos together?
It's also a live session. So we're going to do a live together, which is a live show. So people will tip according to what they want to see. So I don't really know what will happen in the live show. And then we'll do 2 full scenes after.
Wait, so live show meaning you're online live, not in person live?
Online live. Yeah.
Right.
This is unbelievable. You say this so casually, but if I yeah, any of those 3 would the whole day I wouldn't be able to stop thinking about that. I'd be like, oh my God, you're not going to believe what's about to happen.
She's a professional, Cam. This
I know,
is her
but
job.
It's amazing.
Yeah.
It's very impressive.
Literally, it is just like, okay, I'm going to see my friend. We're going to have a good time. And then I'm like, okay, then I'm done. And I get to have a glass of wine and pack my bags for tomorrow.
What's the deal with this guy? I mean, I know women can come multiple times and I feel completely destroyed, but I usually for the penis owners I know, it's fucking they come and they want to go to sleep with me. This guy's got to go over 3 shoots.
He's got to have some medication going, right?
You know, I don't think he will. He is he is younger. I want to say he's in his early 30s and he can come usually 2 to 3 times in a day. So, and a lot of the male talent is like that because a lot of male talent gets booked for multiple scenes a day. So they're kind of used to just busting them out. He probably will not come on our live and then he'll come for our 2 scenes. So
holy moly.
Yeah.
Now, do you like that? I mean, honestly, I don't think I like having loads of cum all over me. Is that something that you like?
No, I hate it. I really do. Everybody don't ever come like, if you're paying me and I'm on a set and the script requires cum on my face, fine, because you hired the makeup artist, you hired the hair, it's your scene, you paid for it, I don't own it. I will allow cum to be on my face, but for my own stuff, you will never see someone coming on my face for my own movies because I don't get it.
Thank you.
I get that. We had a question about, do you have any tips for anal play, booty play?
Oh, yeah. My biggest tip is, well, I have so many big tips, actually. So I was going to say my biggest tip is to warm it up. Like, I like to warm up with butt plugs pretty much all day. Like, I'll wear a butt plug for a few hours before I actually have anal. So that way it's kind of already pre-stretched and we don't have to do that much warming up. But another big one I always tell people is be aware of your diet.
Oh boy. Oh boy.
Heavy on the protein, don't have alcohol, don't have Mexican. You want to make sure you have a very wholesome, good poop. Make sure that you are cleaning out properly because a lot of things can go wrong back there if you're not cleaning out properly. And then again, lube is your friend. Lube is
yeah.
Holy
Back to
moly.
Uber Lube, our favorite lube. Well, I know you had a birthday recently.
Yes.
Are you now an official cougar?
I think I am, actually. Yeah. I'm over the level, right? I'm over 40, so it puts me in that category.
I love it. Welcome to the club.
You know that my mom has redefined the term cougar. It doesn't mean what most people think of when they think cougar.
Right. It's not a predator.
Oh, what's the new?
My definition is it's a confident, older, unique, genuine, and assertive, racy woman.
I love it. I will wear it proudly.
Yes, you should.
I thought you were going to actually ask the question, does size really matter?
Oh, what about penis size? Does it matter?
Oh my gosh, I have done so many shows about this because it's such a big question for people. And I say to a point, it matters to a point. There's obviously micro penises that exist in our world.
I've seen a few.
Yes,
A
same.
few?
I've seen two.
Oh.
So I will say
Say-
that realm, it might matter because it would be really hard to please someone with that. But I'd say anywhere in the medium range is great for women. We can usually accommodate and make it work for us, whether or not we need to bring in some toys or some other things. But even on the smaller side, I always say those dicks are great for anal play. So keep those guys happy as well.
Frame it positively. I like the positive framing of it. Yes.
But I'll also say on the opposite end of the scale, too large is also an issue for most women. So
You know, I was watching your channel in preparation for this interview, and I heard you say something very interesting I never thought of before, which is that if the penis is too large to fit comfortably in the vagina, try putting in the anus because you'll have more space back there. It can pretty much accommodate. Is that true?
Oh my God.
Yeah, it is.
Wow.
Stretch and a little bit more give to it.
Holy moly. I've never heard that tip. Brilliant.
If I were single today, I know what app I would join.
What's that, Mom?
Field.
Field, our favorite dating app. You know why I love Field? It is a place where you don't just go out and try to find someone to connect with. You are finding out about yourself through this app.
Of course you like that.
I love this. You know, they talk about how 62% of Field members evolve their sexuality, interests, and desires within their first year. That means you're on the app, you're saying exactly what you're interested in, and that can change as you continue to explore and develop, and you end up finding that you might be interested in things you never thought you'd be interested in sexually, or people that you wouldn't be interested in. You know. Maybe you decide, I have a strong desire for BDSM or
group sex, something like that. Yeah.
Exactly like that, or ethical non-monogamy. And then next thing you know, that's opened your life in this new way. And this is an app that lets you do that.
With 20 plus sexuality and gender identities to choose from, you have the freedom to explore who you are and what you like in ways that you haven't even imagined.
I know, exactly. And this is a very open-minded app that they kind of let anyone be themselves.
Even you.
Even freaking me. And also transparency is key on this app. So when you sign up, you immediately have to say, hey, this is what I'm interested in with regard to any experiences you'd like to explore. This is the place that you don't need to waste your time like kind of pussyfooting around. You just are upfront, this is who I am, and you find people that you can connect with.
Right. What's great is if you go to a new city, you can meet up with new people. It's possible to find your bestie there.
Yes, and they don't do any algorithmic gatekeeping that
Right.
prevents you from like seeing certain people that you might be interested in.
It's a
They show
very
you everyone.
freeing type of experience.
And the people on the app are great. I have several friends that are on the app. I've been on the app. I have friends who have met each other and dated off the app. Friends who have just had something casual. You get the whole spectrum of experience, exactly what you're looking for. Highly recommend Field. That is spelled F-E-E-L-D. And right now you can download Field on the App Store or Google Play. You can just go to your phone, look up Field, and download it for free right now.
Why not?
Yeah.
Back to another question. So I once interviewed a male porn star that was big into S&M, and he said that he had a hard time, no pun intended, going in the wild with people that basically have like vanilla sex. Is that difficult for you?
I mean, not really, because if I'm having sex with them, it's not going to be vanilla. I'm going to have conversations prior to sex that are going to guarantee it's not going to be vanilla. So, and I always, in my real personal life, there's always a build up to having sex with me because I don't have sex with anybody unless they're tested. So there's always going to be those first date or two where they really want to sleep with me and I'm deciding whether or not I want to sleep with them, and then I let them know before this happens you have to go get tested. So in that interim of them getting tested, I'm sending every dirty text of everything I want done to me. So by the time you get to having sex with me, there's nothing vanilla about it.
I love it.
Does it feel very different to have sex with someone not when you're not making porn and where it is just like a connection?
It's different, but not in like it's different in like the best way possible. Because if I'm having sex in my real life, that means that like, I've been flirting with this person. I'm wildly attracted to this person. It's different in porn because I'm wildly attracted to the income. So that's where there.
That's awesome. Well, I think we wanted to wrap up this show with a little game called Never Have I Ever.
Which I'm sure you've played.
Yes, I have.
Are you down to play with us? For we can all put up 3 fingers and we'll see who wins this game?
I'm going to put money right now that it's not going to be me or you.
We'll see.
Okay. We got our 3 fingers.
Okay. I can start.
Okay.
Never have I ever had sex in a plane, train, or automobile.
Any of them?
Okay, well, actually, I have had like fingering sessions and stuff in an automobile, but I never like penetration in an automobile.
All right. Well, I have.
Yeah, a lot of
in a Datsun, I think. That's how long ago it was.
This is the time that you puked out the fucking car?
Yes. How do you know these things?
You told on the podcast.
How the hell do you remember these things?
It's scarred into my mind.
Oh, I don't blame you. Jesus. Anyway.
I don't need to hear that.
So, yeah.
Sylvia,
yes,
your
did?
finger's also down?
Yeah, definitely. I've had yeah.
Wait, in planes, trains, and automobiles?
No, just in cars. Never on a train and never in a plane.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I had fingering on a plane.
Oh, Jesus.
Under a blanket.
It's got to happen all the time.
But never on a train. Basically, I don't think I go on trains.
The train is that's a good one. It's very relaxing. Anyway, Mom, do you have one?
So, yes, I did. Never have I ever had sex with 2 brothers or sisters.
Brothers or sisters.
Siblings.
Siblings.
Same time, but different time.
It could be different times.
Okay, then yeah. Oh, sorry, I didn't mean to flip you off. Let's go that one.
You're down to 1?
She's down to 1.
I've never done
It's your
siblings.
turn now.
Wait, hold on. What's the sibling deal? Was it for something you were shooting?
So no, this was actually when I was before porn, and it was 2 brothers that I slept with separately at different times, not together, but
wow,
slept with 2 different.
Were they aware that they had both had sex with you?
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah.
What is it, Eskimo brothers? Is that what they call them?
Yeah, but they were Eskimo and real brother and blood.
And real brothers.
Well, I told you about a story before about a guy that I had sex with, and he leaves his door open, and I hear someone coming in the house, and he goes, "Oh, it's just my brother," and he starts calling him up, and I'm like, no. But the point is that's the closest I came to sex with 2 brothers.
Terrible.
Yeah.
Rude.
Like there was 4 brothers in this family, and they were like the hottest brothers in our whole town. So yeah.
Oh, then you gotta.
So me getting 2 was a pretty big score. So
Yeah,
very good.
It sounds like you could have gone for all 4.
Do you have a never ever for us?
yeah, and I think it might be one I'm not going to lose a finger to, but you guys might. Never have I ever walked in on my mom having sex.
Ah.
Okay, well, I have never either.
No.
And apparently,
My mother? No, are you kidding me?
Cam?
I'll put one down, but I don't have a good recollection of this. I only heard anecdotally through her that I walked in on her.
Yeah, you definitely walked in. Cam, put the finger down.
That is a good one.
I have walked in
Well,
her and my dad having sex, but never my mom.
Wow.
well, that kind of counts.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. This is a good one. Never have I ever sent a selfie, a sexy selfie to the wrong person.
Oh, to the wrong person? Oh, I'm sure I have definitely done that.
I have sent the wrong sex text to the wrong person.
Mm-hmm.
But no,
You've sexted the
I
wrong person?
sexted the wrong, I forgot his name already. It was a popular name. It was like Jason or something like that.
What, you sexted the wrong Jason?
Wrong person. Oh my God.
I've definitely, well, yeah, and your phone just like sends it to somebody you haven't spoken to in 6 years.
Yes.
Like, oh, why?
Adam, that was his name.
Oh my God. All right. Well, Sylvia, you won the game.
You won the game. You got Lube coming your way.
You got Lube coming your way.
Yay.
Thank you so much for coming on the show. We
Yeah.
loved
Oh my
catching
God.
up with you.
You're so fun. I love being a part of it anytime. So.
Wait, do you have any questions for us? Is there anything that you need to learn about the Sex Talk with My Mom podcast?
Gosh, I don't know. I didn't come prepared with questions.
Yeah, this is an interview at the end, or you're like,
A little interview at the end.
Well, when do I get to see you guys again? That's my question.
Oh, we love you.
yeah.
I love you
And
guys.
I, for anybody listening or watching this on YouTube or Spotify or whatever, she's gorgeous. She's fun. She's funny.
How do people find you?
They can find me online, the Silvia Saige, on Instagram. They can look up Sexy Funny Raw on YouTube or OnlyFans TV, and of course, find me on OnlyFans.
Of course, find her on OnlyFans.
Of course.
Become a subscriber.
Wait, I did have one more question for you.
Yes.
Which one of us, Cam or myself, would probably make more money on OnlyFans?
Oh my gosh. Honestly, I would say you.
God damn it.
Yeah.
What if I work really hard?
Yeah.
I spend a lot of hours.
You definitely could. Everybody
Really?
say like, everybody's like, oh, I could never. I'm like, you are so many people's cup of tea that you just don't even know. There's so many people out there. There's somebody for everyone.
Wow.
There is going to be people that are wildly turned on by you.
Yeah, I could dress up like a gnome or a clown.
Oh my
and then
God! Don't even start with the
it
gnome.
would differentiate myself. I
Yeah.
can't imagine there's a lot of gnomes on there.
The search bar, gnome.
Well, Sylvia, thank you so much for coming on. It was great to talk
Yes.
to you.
Thank you guys so much for having me and for making all of this work. I really appreciate you guys.
Of course.
And go Chiefs.
Yes, go Chiefs.
See you.
Bye-bye. Love you.
Bye.
Bye. Thank you guys for listening.
Yeah, she's amazing.
We
she's
love
so
Sylvia.
sweet and funny and smart and adorable. And if you guys, I guess that's it.
Yeah, that was such a fun episode. And if you enjoyed it, go back and listen to our previous one with Silvia Saige,
Right.
both on her podcast and our podcast. Thank you very much to all of our supporters on Patreon for making this show possible, being able to record in this beautiful studio. Huge thank you to Dr. Self-Tape /You Podcaster for this beautiful production.
And if you would like to join us on Patreon, it's Patreon, patreon.com/sex talk with my mom.
That's right.
We would love it if you would join us.
And
And shall I sing?
sing them out, Moot.
And let me tell you about the birds and the bees and the flowers and the trees and joining the little OnlyFannies.
Are you going to join OnlyFans?
I thought about it. I'm thinking about it.
I'm making an account just for my feet.
I mean, I probably should because these little Fred Flintstone squares that I have are probably very lucrative.
You should. All right. Love you guys.
Love you.